Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another MK video. Nothing really specific on gameplay wise to talk about. I mean, I got some Kung Lao going on, but I just wanted to discuss the recent Ermac trailer. Not too much detail. I'm not one to really go into like analyzing trailers and breaking down every single one of his moves and Movato's moves and frame rate. I'm not like that type of content creator when it comes to Mortal Kombat, but I did like what I see. I enjoyed the trailer for the most part. I did enjoy most trailers. There's no real bad character in my opinion. I've picked up MKX, so if you guys want that, let me know if you want some gameplay on that. I recently played a little bit of Ermac on there, and he's pretty fun on there. He's a lot of fun on. Well, most characters are fun on that game. It's kind of it's kind of hurting myself, hindering my abilities going back and forth between MKX and MK1 sometimes. Like trying out characters like Scorpion and Tanya, who are just so different to MK1. It's just so strange and it's interesting, but it does mess me up sometimes, especially when in both games, well, mainly MK1, I'm trying to learn as much as I can for each character. And well, now there's a new character being thrown into the fold, and I haven't really tried out Peacemaker post like his 2-week peak release time play. Like, if you know what I mean, like, when a character usually comes out, like everyone will play them, and then like I don't know, most people will either pick them up as their main or just stop playing them. I'm one of those people that won't stay as that player. Like I know a little bit of Peacemaker, but I'm not gonna survive against a decent Peacemaker. Put some time in the hours, but with Ermac, I just hope he's good. That's all I can ask for. The state of this game is getting more and more disappointing the more I play it. Especially, oh my gosh, that last update did not really change much, did it? I finished Invasions faster. Um, Leveled up some cameos, leveled up some characters, tried out some new characters, but in terms of content, it's still basically the same thing. The skins don't even make it worthwhile playing it this season. Like the skins are like, I really want to know who greenlit the idea to make Havoc looking skins in Melina's season. Like we all have that talk when the skins were shown and released that everyone was so confused. Like what is that? So just like, what is it, 2 months since that trailer's been released, since Peacemakers come out and Janet Cages come out, like still no new content, no really real progression of the game. It's like we had basically these tiny updates, micro updates I'll call them, but MKX I played a lot, and so I enjoyed playing it. MK1 I enjoyed playing it, but it's like seeing a game from, what was it, 10 years ago. No, not, that was 2015. MKX came out 2015. So that game had so many more modes that were so much more compelling to me. Like test your luck, test your might. Like, oh my gosh, what? Whoever said test your might should be a invasions only game. Like these sort of decisions just don't make sense. Like, come on. And then like I made a video. If you check out my last video, check it out on the channel. Subscribe, by the way. If you've seen how to improve MK1, not to say okay, they're gonna listen to me, but simple changes. Like why? Oh gosh, it's just tiring. I'm not gonna keep sitting here and complaining about a video. I'm not gonna sit here and complain about a game for like, what is it, 10 minutes. Ugh. Something gotta like be added. Something gotta be updated. Like for me, to sum it up, if I were to add 3 teeny tiny things to this game, I think adding some more moves to each character that really, I say the most specific one, but buff, nerf, get some characters variety going. We can't see Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, not Kung Lao, no one plays Kung Lao. I keep saying, like, you're gonna see the same characters, especially when they do these new buffs and all that nonsense. So you're never gonna really see much players unless someone else picks someone else, and it's, if you can understand what that means. it's just I want one thing. I just want variety in like the characters options, if that makes sense. In the characters given to us, I probably seen on average 7 of the same players, like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Omni-Man a little bit. I've seen him, Raiden, Liu Kang. Uh, who's that one underneath him? Johnny Cage. Oh, Johnny Cage, not so much. Johnny Cage has been dramatized. Like I don't even see him anymore this season. But again, in my last video, I talked about the players. Not even the last video. In my tier list video, I talked about the players I see the most, and again, it really hasn't changed. So like, even the meta is kind of like, oh, the meta is more the cameos than the characters themselves, because people will say cameos break the game, but they gotta be like a balance for it. They gotta have a nice middle ground for both characters and cameos, because like a cameo is an extension of the character, and I mean, there was a point where I thought they would add moves to characters, like a big old update that just added like 2 or 3 moves, 2 or 3 combos to each of the cast. But seeing how MK rolls, I don't see them really doing that at all. Another thing I want to see fixed is like more game modes. That's a big thing I want. Just, I'm not gonna go into more specifics like I did last video. Just, it's so draining just once you complete invasions, which is already such a boring game mode in my opinion. I don't know, I haven't seen much praisers for invasions. Let me know in the comments if you really love that game mode. But in contrast, even MK11, a game that I really haven't mastered or really had the most fun playing online or offline, matter of fact, so much for I remember I spent hours on that crib, hours in the tower. Like the towers were there's so much variety in the towers, and even online there's so much things to do, and MK1 is not a lot, and it's suffering from that. Those games didn't die out in the first year. People were still criticizing them, and over time they still got better, but it just feels like out of the 3, MK1 is the most unfinished of the 3, if that makes sense. Like, we are April, game came out September, right? I believe it's 5-6 months since the game's come out, and it kind of has the same tone for it. Like the player base has dropped off significantly. No real new stuff going on besides the little small stuff they do. Oh, we're not even gonna get into them dragon crystals. The dragon crystals can be for another day. It's weird to me. You can let me know if I'm just tripping, but I think I've said my piece on this. Hopefully MK1 can get their act together, and NetherRealm can finally add in that Mortal Kombat card that I've been asking for since day one. Let me know what you think. Leave a like and comment below. Subscribe today for more videos, and I'll see you again some other day. Peace.